Today, NFL star and Call of Duty fanatic Dwight Freeney heads to Treyarch for a look at Call of Duty Black Ops 2.
He's gigantic. Plus, a live hands-on demo of PlayStation All-Stars and your first look at the trailer for Deadpool. Xplay starts right now.
Hello and welcome to Xplay. I'm Morgan Webb.
And I am Blair Herder. Today's show was brought to you by Crumpin.
Yep. Coming up, we are celebrating 40 years of it. Stop that.
Okay.
40 years of Atari. This is the company that basically invented video games. Then we're gonna go hands-on with PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale and check out 2 new playable characters.
Plus, we've got your first look at the trailer for the very M-rated Deadpool game. It's like they tapped into my brain pan and made a game for me. And later, a brutally honest review of Spec Ops: The Line. Believe it or not, you're gonna want to play this shooter for the story, and it's gonna make you feel really bad about the decisions you make.
It sure is. But first, it's time for some Blops Dose.
I truly love that we've embraced that name on this show.
Blops.
Dose.
Cod Blops.
Indianapolis Colts linebacker Dwight Freeney is a monster on defense. He's been to the Pro Bowl 7 times, has over 100 career sacks, and he scored a Super Bowl ring, which is not easy to do, even if you drink a lot after the Saints win and offer a lot of money on eBay for Drew Brees. It's very difficult to get one. Just saying, I don't know.
When he's not dominating the field, Dwight is racking up the kills in Call of Duty, something that I actually know about. We sent him to Treyarch for a look at this fall's biggest game, Black Ops 2.
LZ is clear, mission is a go.
How you guys doing, man? I'm Dwight Freeney from the Indianapolis Colts. We're here at Treyarch, about to get a sneak peek at my favorite game, Call of Duty Black Ops 2.
All units move up.
What's up?
Welcome.
How you doing?
Hey,
what's
how you
going
doing,
on?
man?
I'm good. I'm excited. Here we go.
We're going to show you a couple levels. Black Ops 2.
Okay.
First level, we're going to show you Los Angeles, the year 2025.
Come on, Section! The drone's got a 0! The Stingers are our only chance!
Unbelievable. Just got finished watching the demo. Unbelievable. You guys are gonna love it. Now we're back in here with the weapons specialist, Mark.
We're taking casualties.
All right, so what we got here?
We have here the Metal Storm.
So it's a new type of gun.
Yep.
Oh, so you guys created your own guns for the game?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
This one especially does a interesting thing where there's 3 barrels.
Oh, wow.
And you charge it up either 1 through 5 shots.
So is it kind of like a sniper rifle? Is it a shotgun?
You know, it can work like a sniper rifle.
Okay.
Guaranteed, if you hold it down for the full 5 and it shoots and it hits a guy, he's dead.
Really?
Yeah, he's dead.
It sounds like my type of gun. Okay, so we just left the gun section. Now we're here with the audio, all the bangs and all the big explosions and from all the vehicles. This is Brian and Chris. They're gonna kind of show us and explain us what they do.
We actually rent a range, and we'll rent every gun that we can get our hands on, and we go out and we mic everything up. You know, we've got maybe 30 mics all in different places, and we're trying to capture specific frequencies, right, of each gunshot.
So you guys do this with vehicles also and everything else in the game?
Yeah. We've dropped cars from cranes. We've got explosions.
You guys got the best job
Yeah.
in the whole building. I love it. So that was your inside look at Black Ops 2 at Treyarch. It was an amazing experience.
Not bad.
It's time for you guys to get out of here. I'm gonna stay for a little bit more.
Xplay might not exist if it weren't for the innovations brought forth by Atari. The company introduced the world to arcade games, and over 30 million people bought, and I know people disagree about this everywhere, but on the internet, I'm telling you, we're right about this. The first real home console was the 2600 made by these lovely folk here. So 40 years later, we are still playing those classic titles, so let's celebrate them.
It's hard to think of a name in gaming with a longer history than Atari. The original company was founded 40 years ago, which is longer than Pitfall Harry's insurance policy. The company got its start back in 1972, when Nolan Bushnell and Ted Dabney started their first company. One of their first games was a monster success. Pong blew people's minds and pulled in a lot of quarters. $3 million worth in the first year.
Pong is so simple, yet it was so immediately addictive to so many people that I think it showed that people wanted this kind of interactive content.
Atari teamed up with Sears to release Pong as a dedicated home console. It was another massive hit, ringing up $40 million in sales.
Let's remove the historic value to it, like it was really the first game that people were playing in their homes.
Over the next few years, Atari went on to release some of the greatest arcade games ever. And in 1977, the company released the VCS, later renamed the 2600, with a retail price of $200 and a library of 9 games. By 1982, companies like Intellivision and ColecoVision were competing with Atari's 2600, and failures like E.T. the Extraterrestrial were a spectacular debacle. According to legend, Atari buried thousands of unsold copies in the New Mexico desert. In 1985, the Nintendo Entertainment System basically took over the home market. Atari never really regained their lofty success thanks to costly failures like the Lynx and Jaguar. But people still love Atari's classic games. And to celebrate their 40th anniversary, they've released an app for the iPad called Atari's Greatest Hits. Trying out the app is free, but you'll have to pony up $9.99 to get access to 100 classic Atari games. We had a lot of fun with Atari's Greatest Hits, and you can play it too because it's available on the App Store right now.
Coming up on Xplay, we've got a hands-on demo of PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. Plus, your first look at the trailer for the just-announced Deadpool, and a review of the morally dicey shooter Spec Ops: The Line. We'll be right back.
Klondike's 5 seconds to glory. Paul versus the dreaded Death Circle.
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Are you ready?
After Earth, rated PG-13.
Little Caesar's new deep dish pizza begins with the very best. Dough made fresh each day. 100% fresh shredded cheese. And baked in olive oil to seal in that deep dish flavor. Little Caesar's new deep dish pizza features 8 crispy corner slices that deliver a delicious crunch in every bite. Little Caesar's new deep dish pizza, hot and ready every day from 4 to 8 p.m. for just $8. Only at Little Caesar's.
Pizza.
This is so great, date night. And this is such a good movie, too. The end when it's revealed the grandmother did it. It's like, hello. Ow, hey, was that Jordan? Whoa, that's cool.
Now all Hanes underwear is tagless. Go tagless.
The General gives over 1 million online quotes every year, and it's anonymous.
And customer satisfaction is 97%.
Get a free car insurance quote today.
For a great low rate you can get online, go to the General and save some time.
There's a new way to buy a car. It's called TrueCar. And TrueCar users save time and money. Use TrueCar and make sure you never overpay. Visit TrueCar.com today.
3, 2, 1, fight!
These cooking fights stem from hanging out late night when the restaurant closes. You guys have 1 hour. Friends, food lovers, it's a big party.
Yo, who's hungry?
There are hecklers.
You didn't know what you made me?
Did your mother not love you when you grew up? Like an underground boxing match.
Another plate coming out!
Bring it on.
Knife Fight, coming this summer on the new Esquire Network.
take on the Sony universe full of fan service. And it's got a little extra fighting game cred thanks to recent news that one of the guys behind Street Fighter 4 is on board. So let's go hands-on. Time to bust some heads and crack some jaws. Sony's all-star lineup is about to face their toughest challenge yet in the ultimate kumite for the ages. You've got Kratos, Nathan Drake, and more, all duking it out for the title of Last Hero Standing. This is PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. Joining us now is game director Omar Kendall. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here and bringing us your game. Will you tell us what PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale is?
Yeah, sure. So PlayStation All-Stars is, well, obviously a 4-player 2D style brawler. But more importantly, we think PlayStation All-Stars is a celebration of the PlayStation history and these PlayStation characters sort of all coming together and having some fun.
Okay, so we have 4 people here playing right now. Not only are the characters, you know, sort of the Sony All-Stars, but I can see in the background we have some Sony All-Stars as well.
Yeah, so we've got this really interesting thing we're doing with the backgrounds where we're applying the concept of the mashup to them as well. So while the guys now, they're fighting on Hades from God of War, obviously a very famous level and very famous character. We also introduced the Patapon from that famous series. So the Patapon army are actually marching on Hades, and they have some interesting interactions with Hades, the god, and also the characters while they're playing at the same time.
As long as the beat's going, because if you miss the beat, Patapon army is they're kind of worthless.
Yeah, that's right. The beat's definitely important, and you'll see them in there mixing it up and having a good time.
Okay, and so the levels themselves are going to be inspired by our some of the franchises that we love.
Yeah, absolutely. We apply that mashup concept to every single level that we have, so there'll always be this world meets that world.
Okay, so you have different characters, and they also obviously have very different skill sets. How do you kind of take a humorous take on those skill sets, but still make it fair? Because, you know, Fat Princess versus Nathan Drake, I don't know. I feel like Nathan Drake's going to kind of take that one.
Yeah, well, first and foremost, we try to really nail down what the essence of each of those characters is. So we really want to meet that fan expectation because we think a lot of players are going to come to this game not because they love fighting games or brawlers, but because they love these characters. So first and foremost, we really try to capture the essence. Fat Princess and her love of cake, or Nathan Drake and his love of adventure. And we try to bring that out in their play styles and in their combat moves. And then the balancing act and sort of the fighting game and the nuts and bolts, that comes afterwards. And you know, if you don't pull that off, I think you can't really have a compelling experience that fans are going to come back to again and again. So both sides are important, and we strive really hard to make sure that we capture both.
So how nuanced is the fighting mechanic? I mean, are you getting in there and hitting one button and bashing your friends' heads open, or is it a little more complicated than that?
Well, we take a strategy or approach that we call accessible yet deep. So there are 3 attack buttons, but unlike traditional fighting games that have sort of quarter circle motions or like dragon punch motions, our control inputs are very simple. It's basically just direction up, down, left, or right in combination with one of our 3 attack buttons. Each character has around 30 moves, but they're all accessible by, you know, up plus a button, down plus a button, things like that. So getting to the actual moves is really simple. The strategy of the game and figuring out how to be really successful with those moves, that's what we think is going to keep players coming back, and that's really where the essence of the game lies.
Okay, so you know, a huge part of the game, obviously, playing with your friends. How are you going to be able to play with your friends?
Yeah, so of course we have the offline, which we've been showing. 4 players can gather around the same television and have some fun. But you can also jump online. We've got a really interesting tournament mode where you can jump online and sort of duke it out with other guys and fight to be on top of the leaderboards. And then we have some casual modes as well if you just want to get on there and have some fun with the sort of the different match type configurations that we have. So a little bit of both. If you're a little serious, you can jump on there and try to prove that you're the best. Or if you just want to have some fun with the people across the country, you can do that as well.
Okay, so let's talk about some of the new characters that you guys just announced. What were the inspiration for those characters? I mean, is it the way the fans feel about them, or? Yeah,
absolutely. I think Jak and Daxter, really famous characters, have had a long and storied history with the PlayStation brand.
And we want to see something from Jak and Daxter. Just saying. Okay, continue. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
No, it's no problem. So I think that one was a no-brainer. You know, I think the fans have been asking for that one for a while, and so we're really happy to deliver on that. And then Cole McGrath is one of sort of the newer characters introduced via the Infamous franchise, but also is making really big waves and I think has a very large fan base. And so I think he made a lot of sense to introduce as well.
All right, what is the release date? When can people bash their friends' heads in?
Yeah, so PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale will be coming out this holiday 2012.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you so much for coming by. We're going to send it over to Blair, who's actually with the newest addition to the All-Stars team.
Yeah. First of all, look, I'll make this joke right now. Hey, Oma, thanks for coming. The Wire, right? Am I right? Okay, you guys watch more TV. Before we actually go to the break, I wanted to congratulate a new member of the team, a friend of the show. You've been on the show so many times, Seth Killian, formerly of all of Capcom's super awesome Street Fighter stuff. You are now a part of this team. Congratulations on the move, and congratulations on you guys grabbing this dude. It must have been just a cool experience to move over to a game this awesome.
It's been really sort of a bit of a dream come true for me, and I'm just thrilled to be working on, this is one of my very first titles, and working with such a team, just an incredible team. They're just great guys and super genius fighting players, so I feel right at home.
That enthusiasm cannot be faked, man. Well, I know I speak for myself and all of Xplay and everybody in the studio. We're very happy to have you on board. We look forward to talking to you more. Big round of applause for all these guys as well. This game is going to be really, really cool, and you cannot wait for it. For now, though, after the break, we've got your first look at the trailer for Deadpool, plus a review of Spec Ops: The Line, a shooter that might actually make you think, what?
You've never seen anything like it. $8 any pizzas are here, and you'll only find them in Pizza Hut's any box. Any 2 medium pizzas, any toppings, on any of our world-famous crusts. Just $8 each, any way you want. Make it great.
It was the best day. It was the best day. It was the best day. It was the best day because of you.
We make a great pair.
Huh?
Progressive and the great outdoors. We make a great pair.
Right, totally. That's what I was thinking.
Covering the things that make the outdoors great. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
Hi, I'm Mike, founder of DollarShaveClub.com. What is DollarShaveClub.com? Well, for $1 a month, we send high-quality razors right to your door. Each razor has stainless steel blades, an aloe vera lubricating strip, and a pivot head. It's so gentle a toddler could use it. And do you like spending $20 a month on brand name razors? 19 go to Roger Federer. I'm good at tennis. And do you think your razor needs a vibrating handle, a flashlight, a back scratcher, and 10 blades? Your handsome grandfather had 1 blade and polio. Looking good, pop up. Stop paying for shave tech you don't need. And stop forgetting to buy your blades every month. Alejandro and I are gonna ship them right to you. So start deciding where you're gonna stack all those dollar bills I'm saving you. We are DollarShaveClub.com, and the party is on.
We got new carpet from Empire today for this entire room.
But we only paid for this much.
Empire Today's 60% off sale is on. Get new carpet for any room 60% off. Plus, pay no interest for 1 year. And right now, get a lot more for a lot less.
We paid for this much new carpet.
But we got all this.
Don't miss 60% off. Schedule now at EmpireToday.com or call
800-588-2300 Empire.
today.
If you can kick it, drive it, putt it, spike it, or dunk it, you'll find it here with Time Warner Cable Sports Pass. Featuring Fox Soccer Plus, Speed 2, plus all the golf and college sports you can handle. For the best in sports at an unbeatable price, call Time Warner Cable today. Passionate about sports? Time Warner Cable invents better ways to love them even more. Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better.
19. Sometimes it's not where you go, but who you're with.
Hi, I'm Joel McHale.
I have a surprise for you. I love this part of town. Hong Kong has snake soup. Snakes. Do it.
The Getaway. Coming this summer on the new Esquire Network.
Welcome back to Xplay. We have got a question from our viewer Andrew Kelly on our old Facebook page.
Yes, if you could live in any video game world, which one would it be? I feel like I'd want to live in a video game world where people don't shoot you all the time, like a nice place. I could live in Okami because I could paint my way out of bad situations. And I could also live in Flower because nothing bad happens to you in Flower.
Okay, I'm gonna take that lovely sentiment and I'm gonna reverse it.
Okay, go ahead.
And I'm gonna say I want to live in the world of Custer's Revenge. Here's why. I get that the gameplay's terrible, but there's only one dude and one girl, and the dude is trying to do terrible things to the girl. So if I'm the other guy and I'm better than that dude, then I am awesome to her. Am I right?
No.
Do the math.
No.
Dudes in the audience know exactly what I'm talking about here. And I just worked Custer into another show. If you've got a question, go to facebook.com/Xplay and ask away.
Might not like the answer you get. Okay, whatever. There were plenty of surprise announcements at Comic-Con, but nobody quite expected the game that showed up at the Marvel panel.
I know I didn't, and that's why it was super awesome for me. Deadpool has finally broken from the shackles of supporting roles, and now he has his own game. It looks awesome, and so does this trailer. Here is your first look.
Hey, internets, we got a video for you to see.
Ooh, is it the video with the two girls?
Whoa there, chap. Not safe for work.
Oh, man, those are our favorite videos.
No, we love videos set to melodramatic music and slow motion.
We love videos with boobies.
So is this a video or what?
It's a game.
A game starring yours truly. Come on, let's scratch that Deadpool itch.
Bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang.
Bouncy. Or bouncy.
Best ride ever.
Open wide. Now let's be honest. I'm not the only one with a little bit of in their pants right now, am I? So, that itch satisfied enough for you?
Actually, if you could just reach down and...
Oh, hey. Thanks, dudes. We'll be in touch. Call me. Suck it, Wolverine.
Stick around, there is still more X-Play on the way. Coming up, a review of the dark shooter Spec Ops: The Line. You've got to make some tough calls in this game, so are you up to the challenge? Well, you can find out in just a minute.
Show it off, America. Show off that alternator you replaced. Show off the battery, the brake job, the rebuilt 454. You did it. There are a lot of places you can go to do it yourself, but there's only one place that can help you do it right. AutoZone. Because even the pros know parts are just part of what we do. We have the advice, the instructions, we even loan tools. So show it off, America. You did it right. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
We should go to Franco's house.
No matter who you are.
Sam! Jay. Danny McBride. Craig Robinson.
It's me, Jonah Hill, from Moneyball.
No matter what you're doing.
Have you seen Michael Cera tonight?
What's up, Brianna? It's all right. Just a little tremor.
The end is here.
It's the apocalypse.
Give me everything you have to drink!
You cannot rob us! Hermione just stole all of our...
This is the end. Rated R. To see restricted content, go to facebook.com/thisistheend.
Say cheese!
Shouldn't the photos you share from your smartphone be photos actually worth sharing? Introducing the Nokia Lumia 928, only on Verizon 4G LTE. Easily capture vibrant photos in near darkness, even without the flash. Sharing photos from the best low-light smartphone camera around. That's powerful. Verizon.
When it comes to racing, you have a love for it. When it comes to NASCAR, your passion goes beyond the race. You belong at NASCAR Tech, with hands-on training for a career in motorsports and the automotive industries, and specialized classes for NASCAR training. NASCAR Technical Institute of UTI is about power and performance, and about preparing for your career.
They definitely helped get my foot in the door and get my name out there to teams. They know the people that you need to know.
Call or visit uti.edu/NASCAR. At NASCAR Tech, you can learn engines, fabrication, aerodynamics, welding, and pit crew essentials. Plus, 80% of NASCAR teams are located within 50 miles of our campus.
We've had students graduate here, go to Daytona, and be in victory lane.
Get connected at the exclusive educational provider of NASCAR training. You can do this. You belong at NASCAR Tech. Call or visit today.
Late Night with Jimmy Fallon is coming to the new Esquire network at 7 o'clock. Maybe we should call it Cocktail Hour with James Fallon.
Oh, yeah. How was third grade, Jimmy?
Maybe not. Late Night with Jimmy Fallon, weeknights at 7, coming this summer on the new Esquire network.
Fight!
Welcome back to Xplay. Spec Ops: The Line is a third-person shooter that delivers plenty of action and explosions, like, you know, you'd expect from a war game.
Yeah. Of course. But what actually sets it apart from the competition is the story. It's inspired by Joseph Conrad's Heart of Darkness, and Spec Ops it's really chilling here, and it's hard to describe it, but we're going to try our best right now in this review. It's been 10 years since the long-running Spec Ops series last hit a game console. But the wait was worth it. Spec Ops: The Line is one of those rare games where the story nearly eclipses the gameplay. It even does what most war games fail to do. It actually makes you care about what happens to the characters.
So this is what's left of the damn 33rd.
The Line puts you in the boots of Captain Martin Walker, a Delta Force soldier in the city of Dubai, which has been partially buried by shifting mountains of sand. Captain Walker and his team of 2 other Delta operatives are sent in to find and rescue the 33rd's commander, Colonel John Conrad.
Conrad's still alive.
The action picks up when you quickly discover that Conrad hasn't gone missing, he's gone rogue. This twist leads to a variety of different enemies you'll encounter in the dusty war zone. From armed insurgents to traitorous U.S. military officers, there's plenty of hostile targets to take aim at. Spec Ops is stripped down compared to other modern war games. All you have to keep you alive are guns and grenades. Your squad mates also come in very handy thanks to the orders you can issue them.
Lugo, take him out.
The story, inspired by Joseph Conrad's Heart of Darkness, is filled with plot twists, believable characters, and some very disturbing moments. For example, there are moments where you have to choose whether or not to execute a wounded enemy. Moments like this and other moral dilemmas ratchet up the game's believability and increases the dramatic tension throughout.
Remember, these guys already took out 4 soldiers and kidnapped another.
Still, as much as the game does right, there are some issues that keep it from being perfect. Occasionally, when there's a sandstorm bearing down on your squad, the game chugs along until the storm passes. Then there's the cover system, which sometimes works, but can also put you directly into enemy gunfire if you aren't careful. Spec Ops also features several multiplayer modes, some of which put a nice twist on the normal capture the flag variants in other shooters. While the multiplayer might feel a little sluggish at first, once you get accustomed to Spec Ops' third-person view and slower reaction speed, it quickly becomes fun.
We're in the lead.
Spec Ops: The Line is one of those games that you want to experience all the way through to the end. And odds are you'll want to go back in and see what happens when you make different decisions. The excellent replay value married with top-notch gameplay makes this an easy game for us to recommend wholeheartedly, which is why we give Spec Ops: The Line 4.5 out of 5. Tomorrow on Xplay, last year's best game just got bigger. We'll take on Dawn Guard, the first DLC for Skyrim. Plus, we'll get some FaceTime with Kumail Nanjiani, comedian and host of the Indoor Kids podcast. Then a review of the Xbox 360 version of Minecraft. Plus, our top 5 games of 2012 so far.
So far, but they are great games, and if you haven't picked them up, you should. Thanks for watching Xplay.
Thank you guys very much.